Good morning, everybody, and welcome back to the flooded lake. If you guys are unaware, this lake flooded 4 or 5 years ago, and every house in this neighborhood is completely underwater. I know as a fact this lake has got some absolutely giant largemouth bass, and the plan for today is to make our way around this lake, throw around some really big baits, and we're not going to leave until we catch a giant bass. It's a beautiful morning to do some fishing. Let's get rigged up, let's get all ready, let's catch some fish out of some flooded houses. It's been raining off and on for the past few hours, and it seems like it has finally come to an end. The sun is starting to peek its way out of those clouds up there, and I think this is the perfect time to start the morning off by tossing around some topwater. I've got a baby bunny rabbit, and I have also got the pompadour. If there is any bass hiding inside any of these houses, they are gonna absolutely love both of these lures. We'll start off making our way around the front yard and just circle around these houses a few times, and then just make our way all the way around to the backyard, fish all that flooded structure down there, and try to find some big bass. I got a feeling we're gonna catch some big fish today. Well, I'm throwing around this guy. Emma is throwing the topwater whopper plopper. As much as I'd like to catch a big bass today, I would much rather see her catch something big. I think her biggest is only around 1 or 2 pounds, so it shouldn't be too hard to beat that at this lake. Not a giant, but I will take it. I'd say a little over 2 pounds. Beautiful looking fish out of the living room of a house. I mean, how cool is that? We're gonna send her right back, make sure she swims off. She's off to see another day. I mean, that is definitely not something you can do every day. Let's get right back out there, let's keep casting, see what we catch next. If I was a bass, this is exactly where I'd be hiding. Perfect spot for some structure. I got a feeling today is gonna be an incredible day. Another small fish, but we are just getting started. Been casting for maybe 5 or 10 minutes so far. We've got 2 fish. I'm gonna keep on casting. I've hit 2 of the 5 houses. Maybe house number 5 might have a 5-pounder in it. For some reason, I thought there was more than just 4 houses to cast at here. I thought there was 5. I made my way all the way around that one, and sadly, there is no way to cast in that house over there. This one isn't the easiest, but you can still kind of get it through this window. Probably made 20, 30 casts in there, haven't seen any fish. So I think for now, I'm just gonna go hit the backyard, fish all of that through here, fish all these trees, and see if I can't find something big. I might tie on the bunny as well. Give that a little bit bigger lure a try, and see if maybe the bigger bass wants something a little bit bigger. There we go. It's a good fish, too. Look at that, guys. What a giant largemouth bass on the topwater bunny. How cool is that? Unique spot with a very unique lure. That is just awesome. Let's get this guy right back in the water. Make sure she swims off safe and sound. And there she goes. That is what it's all about. Let's keep on tossing the bunny around and see what we catch next. He's barely hooked, too. Definitely not a bad fish at all. I've been slowly making my way around the lake, and it's nice to see some more fish over here. I think we've made it maybe 3/4 around this lake so far. Missed a few fish, saw a few blow-ups, and I am just glad I got another fish to eat this awesome topwater. I'm gonna toss this thing back out here and keep making my way around this lake. For the setup today, we have got 40-pound braided line, to a steel leader. Since there is a lot of pike in here, I like to have a steel leader so I don't get bit off. You can use fluorocarbon, but for topwater, steel seems to be the easiest. For the rod, I have a St. Croix Legend Tournament pike rod. It's a moderate fast, extra heavy rod, and the PC Fun Alloy M bait casting reel. It's an 8 to 4 to 1 gear ratio. This is also my frogging setup. That's why I have such high pound braided line and a heavy gear ratio just to be able to pull those fish out of the weeds. It's an awesome setup for throwing just about every kind of topwater. And as you can see today, it is working awesome for throwing this lure. I'm just slowly retrieving it. There's a lot of different topwaters to choose from, but honestly, here are all probably throwing the same topwater, buzzbait, whopper plopper, or a spook. And if you got a lake like this that gets hit pretty hard, especially on the weekend, the best thing you can do is throw something these fish have probably never seen before. The bunny and this lure are two great choices. If you guys want to pick up anything you see in today's video, as always, I will have a link in the description to just about everything. And if you do want to pick up one of these bait casting reels, feel free to use code SPELTS15 if you do want to save 15% on your order. I'm going to keep on making some casts, keep making my way around the lake, and see what else I can get to bite. That is what I'm talking about. A little under 5 pound largemouth bass on topwater. Doesn't really get much better than this. Right behind those flooded houses, came out and choked it. Beautiful fish, and we're gonna send her right back in the water. She's just sitting there for a second. Oh, and there she goes. That right there is what it's all about. Just finished my first full circle all the way around this lake. It's been about 3 or 4 hours of throwing topwater. We're coming up on 11:30 right now, and it is safe to say the big fish are hungry. I'm gonna throw topwater for just a little bit longer. It is starting to get a little windy, so fishing topwater isn't really the easiest right now, but I'm gonna throw it back out there. We'll fish it for a little longer, and then I think we might start tossing around some big musky glides. See if we can't find something a little bit bigger. Let's get right back out there and see what we catch next. Is that a purse on the tree?
Sort of bag, yeah.
It's interesting. I think that's a purse. That's a hammock. A slide right here. Definitely looks like a spot for some big bass. Now that we're getting later into the day, I think it's time to put the topwater away. I can always tie it back on as soon as it starts getting dark again, but for now, let's toss around a big glide and see if we can find some big pike or bass I want to eat this. Seems like there's a nice weed edge here. I'll just toss it around some of these flooded trees and weeds. See if I can't find something that wants to eat. Look at that guy right there. First cast. Just missed it though. That was a nice 3-pound bass. It's definitely a good sign. With this ultra clear water, I think a nice glide should be the key. I'm working my glide fairly slow today, just kind of bouncing it, letting it pause and sit there for a second. Bounce, bounce, pause, bounce, bounce, pause. The best thing you can do with the glide is just have it in a strike zone for the longest time possible. The majority of the time with a big glide like this, you're just drawing fish out of structure. So if you have a spot just like this tree there, looks really good, good chance there's a fish in front of it. Just work it really, really slow. Bounce it, pause, let it sit there. If there's a fish there, let it sit right in front of his face. A lot of times, once you bounce it again, he'll take that opportunity to eat it. I wouldn't really say there's any wrong way to work a glide. It all depends how I'm fishing, where I'm fishing, and how aggressive the fish are. Water's clear, it's super warm, and it's a Saturday. There's quite a few other boats here today, so these fish are fairly finicky, especially since it's the middle of the day. So I'm just slowly working it, hitting all the good structure I want, like these trees, anything sunken where I think there's some fish. I'll cast it right up in there and just kind of slowly work it back and forth. If there's a more open spot, like something over here, where you want to work a whole lot of water, then it doesn't hurt to work it fast. If there is an aggressive fish, it will eat it even when you're working it fast. But just kind of bouncing it back and forth like this. That's another way to work a whole lot of water. Like I said, there is quite a few different ways to work a glide. But if you got the time and a spot that looks extra juicy, work that thing really slow, keep it in the strike zone. And you'd be surprised how many big and small fish will follow your lure in. It is great at drawing fish out. We'll keep making our way all the way around this lake. I got a good feeling we're going to get something big to bite. I'm going to see if I can't pull one right in front of that floating TV right there. There's a nice steep drop right off these rocks, and it goes straight down. Should be a good spot for some big bass. If I had to guess, I'd say the majority of the bass are just hanging around the sunken trees. I think it is about 101 or 102 degrees out right now. Not really the most ideal temperature to be out bass fishing, but if the big fish want to bite, I'm just going to keep on casting for them. What on earth am I stuck on right here? What even is this? The problem with a lake like this that is completely flooded is you get your lure stuck on a whole lot of very interesting things. I'm not entirely sure what this is. Looks like a tarp, maybe? Kind of a frame around it in the water there, too. We're gonna see if we can't get the lure out of this. Last time I was here, I somehow managed to get it stuck on a fridge, too, so you really never know what you're gonna hook out here. I'm gonna see if I can't cut around this just to get my lure back. All right, let's get back to fishing. Just missed him. Looked like a fairly small bass. Oh, he's still behind it. It is not a fairly small bass. Holy cow. This might be a 5.5 pound bass. Holy smokes, guys. This is a giant. Look at the size of this bass. I'd say this one might be getting close to 5.5 pounds. What a giant fish on the glide. All right, buddy, I'm gonna get the hook out of you and send you on your way. What a giant fish. That is just incredible. Let's send her right back. That right there is why you throw big glides. I've been throwing this for maybe 2.5 hours. Missed a few fish, got a few to follow it in, and then finally got one to eat. That is just incredible. If you guys saw in the video, as I was bringing in that 5.5 pound bass, there was another one right behind it, following it in, that looked to be about the same size. I almost wonder if those two fish were fighting over this glide. Today is becoming an incredible day. Let's get right back out there, toss this glide around a little more, catch ourselves another one. It's worth a try to cast back at this other fish. If there was two of them, the other one might eat. Pretty small chance, but it's always worth a try. You never know. These fish are just crazy aggressive today. Rarely do you get a big fish like that to eat it twice. Can't complain. I'll just keep on casting at them. Sorry if I'm a little out of breath. It is unbelievably hot out today. Sun is out. I think the real feels about 107, and it is hot. But if these fish want to bite, I'll stick it out till dark and see what else we can catch. I got a feeling there might be some 6 or 7 pound bass in here, if not even more than that. We'll keep making our way all the way around this lake here and see what else we can catch. Oh, there's one right under it. Doubt he's gonna eat it. He's looking at it though. No, I don't think he's gonna eat. Still looking at it. He bounced it once. I see him right there. Still under it. He's just sitting right there. Seems like the sun has finally went away. It is starting to get cloudy. We've got a few hours until sunset, so I think for now, I'm gonna put the glide away, take out the topwater, and finish off the night throwing around a little bit of topwater. We'll make our way all the way around the lake and finish off back at those houses where we started off this morning. We'll give that spot another try. I got a good feeling we'll find ourselves another fish here tonight. Almost seems like it might storm. I haven't checked the weather in quite a little bit, but I do hear thunder now, so I'm gonna take it. It is probably gonna start storming here quick. Hopefully we can get a little pre-storm bite and see if we can't get some of these big bass fired up. If they're gonna eat anything, I think it is gonna be this guy right here. That is looking like it might be a little more than just some rain. That does not look good down there. I checked a few days ago, said it wasn't supposed to rain too much today. Oh, that does not look good. That does not look good at all. What does the weather say? Emergency alert. There is a severe thunderstorm warning until 7:45. Persons should take shelter indoors in the path. I'm starting to think we are in the path here. Oh no, this is not good at all. I'm gonna get off this lake as fast as I can here. This could get bad. I'm gonna put the boat right back on the trailer, and I'm just gonna hang inside the truck while this thing passes. I hope it's gonna be quick. It definitely does not look like it's gonna be good. I will see you guys in just a little bit. I've got the cover on, and it is not looking good, folks. It is not looking good at all. I'm gonna wait it out. Yeah, I'm hopping in the truck. Believe it or not, the rain never stopped last night. The problem with a lake like this is there is no service anywhere around. So while I was on the lake all day, I wasn't able to check the weather. I had no idea that bad of a storm was coming. And then also during the storm, I couldn't check to see when it would end. So I just sat there and waited. And sadly, never ended. But that's all right. Came out here yesterday, fished for around 10 or 11 hours, and I found some really big fish. It took a while, especially with the glide bait. I think I threw that for 5 hours before I actually got that big fish to eat. But that's what you gotta do when you fish big baits. I came out here to catch some big fish, and I did just that. As always, if you guys made it this far in the video, I picked up a second one of the lures I was using today, the Pompadour Topwater, and I will be giving this guy to one of you guys. And if you want to win this lure, all you have to do is, of course, like the video and leave a comment down below how old you were when you first started fishing. And you're entered. You don't have to subscribe. Just come back for the next video to find out if you won. Thank you guys so much for watching. I love you guys so much. I had an absolute blast at this lake. We caught fish out of the houses. We made our way around the lake. And we caught some big fish out of some really unique structures. And it was incredible. Thank you guys so much for watching. I love you guys so much. You mean the absolute world to me. And thank you so much for all the support on the last video. As of right now, it's been uploaded for, I think, a little less than a week, and it's at 600,000 views, which is just incredible. You guys really like the playground video, and your support truly means the world to me. Thank you guys so much for watching. I love you guys so much. Until I see you guys in the next one, peace out.